good?
Good.
Good. Alright, we'll kick this off. I don't know if you want to touch on this, Brownie, just positive recognition for your last trip.
But read out anyway, we'll video it.
Yeah, I'll go through it. Alright, so our last trip for the Schneider, so Brownie was looking after that one. We had 21 load switches planned in and all 21 were completed. So Emily performed well in her first shot as an acting 4A. Richo seems to have blown the cobwebs out and fitted in really well with the crews. Greenie, Chris and Tim were all over their tasks for the fortnight, managed their workloads. Corrales Jr. Went above and beyond almost every day. They did more than their fair share of untapping reclosers and did it without complaining and proved to be incredibly valuable on this trip. There was also, this is from Scott Lowry, so looks like some Enovan crews, not sure who this was, but they assisted in Naracoorte with some wires that had come down from a truck and yeah, pulled over and assisted the Sappin crews to get the LV mains back up. So that was.
They changed the closure and stuff for the day.
Yep.
And just as I was shutting the sub up, the bang, one of the closures trip. I thought what happened. But then yeah, a couple of streets over and shut the pole.
So no, you boys. Who was that? Everyone? Or?
Yeah,
no, well done, guys.
Not me. I was there, but
our guys were over.
yeah, the crews.
Yeah, well done. Good work. So yeah, no, that's big. Yeah. So yeah. So and just to add to that, you know, they weren't asked to do that. That was just off their own back. So well done. Very good. Switching incidents. So we are 223 days without a switching incident. We're getting up there. It's good. Our previous best 869. Do you have anything to bring up with switching incidents?
I do, yeah. So just to follow up on some of the stuff that we went through in the morning toolboxes. So we did have an emergency restoration during switching for a life support customer. So just a reminder on with CNS and customer outages. So when you do get approached by a customer, obviously just remain calm when dealing with the upset customer if they are upset. Ensure you've got a copy and refer to your CNS paperwork and contact your 6 with any issues and confirm that they have been notified. So it was great work that the guys went out of their way to get the customer back on. They obviously hadn't been notified and there were some issues surrounding that. And just on switching briefings and standards, continue to work together and speak up whenever you feel or whenever anyone feels that they are not feeling 100% in a brief, whether that be mentally or with any information provided. If there isn't anything, if there's something missing or they feel that is missing, whether it's a substantial piece of information or just something minor, just talk to your leader involved in the switching briefing or your partner who's involved with you if you're not 100% comfortable speaking up. There may be an enable on this one coming up, just to check and double check location and touch base with each other just on that. So also I've got a printout here, just making sure everyone's got one of these on their truck. It's just the cubicle capacitive test point stuff. So there's been a few trucks that don't have any of these on there. Just make sure, if you don't have one, I'll print and laminate a few more of these and distribute these amongst the trucks for you. So it's just a little capacitive test point for your cubicles, your Mark 7s and whatnot. So I'll get a few more of these around as well, just for the people that don't know what they're for.
Cool, thanks Evie. Alright, I'll run through some enable-on reports. So we've got 4, so we've got property damage, switching and 2 asset failures. So I'll just read through these. So this one was reported by Will Cook. So the report is at Enovan, Fairham Park, in the main hallway, in the subboard. This subboard has a loose cover and is coming away from the main switch housing. An attempt has been made to push it back on, however there is a belief that it is overloaded with cables behind the cover, which is stopping it from being pushed back into place. If the cover does fall off, then this will expose several, could potentially show live wires and become a hazard. So that one was put in by Will. So maybe just, yeah, if you're walking past there, just try not to bump into it. It is a small board with a lot of stuff going into it, so yeah, we might not know what's
We will
We're
raise
at
on the
property.
property and get someone to come out and fix it, but just in the meantime, be mindful.
It is a high traffic area as well, so probably, you know, you can hear people coming around the corner, but yeah, just pay attention, maybe don't race around that area. Second one, this one was put in by SETI, so this one was a switching near miss. So while carrying out check item during isolation on the LBLSP, it was discovered that a crew had checked an open point which was already assigned to another crew to do. Both crews were part of the same LBLSP on the same job. The item on the program was to check open at 22 Hillsdale for Crew 1. Crew 2 was also required to check open adjacent 22 Alabama, which faces Hillside. As a clustered block of units on the LV maps, it looks like 22 Hillside Crew 2 then had the item to open LV isolators at Transformer 53. At 22 Hillsdale, to give more context, Transformer 53 had two sets of isolators. One set was the feed for 150mm cables. The other was a set to open between transformers. This was picked up during switching and discussed amongst the crew. Switching continued without further incident. So this is just a suggestion. Reminder to check and double check locations and item descriptions. Continue to emphasise when there are similarities, items or devices. So good pick up by the guys. Yeah.
That was Jordan that picked that up.
Okay.
Yeah. Did that explain as well? It was just a bit of a cluster.
Yeah, I mean sometimes like what's going on in your head and getting it out, so it's not a good summary, but it does explain what's happening out there. I think the main emphasis is just
I do have that map here. as
yeah.
well, so
You got to pay, like that's the thing, sometimes these maps, there's a lot going on in them, it isn't clear, and should try and pick up these things when we're scoping and try and put as much detail into the briefs and that, but yeah, things do get missed, and something might click in someone else's head that doesn't click in others, so it is good that the guys sort of took the time to make sure they're in the right, or picked up that it had already been checked and someone had missed something, so just pay attention, take the time, make sure you're in the right spot, double check your devices, sort of what we get taught. Another one from SETI, so this one was asset failure, so the report, so broken crossarm found on the job site, organise emergency isolation and materials to replace the crossarm to new. So again, another suggestion, just remain vigilant when you're observing infrastructure around your work site and escalate as required. So that's a good pick up. That was you, SETI? Pick that one up, yeah, work. And last one I've got is Nick Barrett, so another asset failure. So while carrying out isolation as part of planned switching, the gang identified some damaged conductor between switching coordinator was not notified to make an amendment to the SP. Was notified to make an amendment to the SP with not to relocate a set of main earths. The earths were moved and the damaged conductor was repaired without incident as part of new scope of works to the SP. So another good pick up by the guys, and yeah, follow the right procedure, let HVC know what's going on, move your working earths, and that work could be added to ours, and
with
take
that,
another sort of the network.
with that, sorry Josh, with that Seb, that was on one job, wasn't it? So
it's the
yeah,
same job, so
same.
that same outage, the DF that was supposed to be open had, when I went up there to replace it, had 1.5 strands holding the conductor up in the air, and basically right where Will was going to put his main earths up. So probably would have, if he hadn't have looked up, he probably would have just clipped his main earth straight on that worn out bit. It was probably about, 150 mil long of unspiraled and flashed over conductor there, so
Good pick up, guys. Alright, just got some safety alerts and events, so I can't remember who's got these, so when I read them out, if you've got it, just kick it off. So this one was an equipment standards bulletin 339 return of LED luminaires. So this one's
label and warranty.
Thanks, Justin. Fleet bulletin 1-24 new vehicle modification, suspension checks and first service requirements.
Yep, so fleet bulletin, new vehicle modification, suspension checks and first service requirements. New vehicle suspension checks, 2 recent near-miss events involving loose suspension components have prompted some procedure changes for both our suspension suppliers and our vehicle drivers. Our vehicle suspension suppliers have agreed to implement improved quality assurance checks on completion of work. Can we read the whole thing?
Yeah, just the relevant stuff.
Alright, so with almost all vehicles delivered, there's a free service inspection offered by a delivering dealer. This is usually set for 3 months, around 15 to 3,000 Ks, and will indicate by a service sticker on the windscreen of the vehicle. These services should be completed by a brand specific dealer, however, we understand that some locations throughout the state will not have the correct dealership available to them, and SD Fleet can streamline that process.
Cool, thanks, Bernie. Safety bulletin 340.
It's not long.
Abolishment.
This one was report. Yeah.
Reporting on client abolishments. So, the background of this, we are continuing to see reports of third-party contractors performing unsafe work and undertaking illegal abolishments prior to service mains being disconnected. These include demolition or partial demolition of a building whilst the premises remains energised and connected to the network. SA Power Network service mains being removed from an attached point and left energised on work sites. Moving supply points to another location in preparation for building demolition works. So these pose a serious risk to workers and the public, with an event of this nature categorised as a dangerous incident requiring immediate notification to Safe Workers Aid. So when attending these types of events, please inform a member of the work health and safety team and your work group leaders immediately. A notification will then be made to Safe Work to ensure accurate reporting of these unsafe events. Please make sure and enable on entry, including photographic evidence of these affected work sites. The enable on entry should outline what has occurred with any details and indicators of third-party contractors on site. So there is a photo of what they're talking about. It's basically just someone going there, taking the supply mains out, putting it with a tape around each end, and then removing the consumer side, ready for abolishment.
Cool, thanks, Debbie. Last one is Matt for Enable on update.
Yeah, just some stuff on the Enablon apps, the inspection and Go. So it's just around the fact that they're doing some updates, reduce this org structure. Basically, just if you're having any troubles, come see a leader. It's all outlined here, we'll put up on the board, but there is a few directives that if you are having trouble with the uploading, get rid of it, uninstall it, go back, reinstall it, go to QR code. You can also log onto your desktop, do it through your desktop. If you have any inspections or audits to be done. That's pretty much in a nutshell. I'm not going to go through it all because most of it's not relevant, but it will be put up in the back if you're having troubles. And if you're still having trouble, come see you later.
Just going to touch on some observation findings. So this one I think was picked up during audits. So just noticed that the EWP logbooks, you can't say that all of them aren't getting filled out, but it was noticed that one of them hadn't been filled out since March. So just a reminder everyone, these need to be filled out daily, alright, as part of your checks. It's not a, if you feel like it, it's a must, alright? If something was to happen, that's the first thing you're going to go for. So yeah, just remind yourselves, it's 2 of you, sometimes 3 of you on a truck. One of those 3 or 2 have to do those checks and get that book filled out.
That was the 19 metre, the tree used on, the EWP used on trees. So, it's getting used, but the other book's not getting filled out. So, just a reminder, make sure you're doing all your paperwork before you get up in the air.
Alright, just touch on some general depot stuff. So DFS tough pads must be brought to briefings and always the first option is to DFS. Alright, if the tough pad isn't functional, then be proactive and get it fixed. If not getting response, escalate through your leader, let some, like some have been doing. Alright, so yeah, if you're having issues, who's our tough pad? Is it still Tyre? Yeah. So yeah, talk to Tyre and yeah, follow them up, make sure they're operational. They're going to become, you know, the only thing we've got for switching soon. Updates on some property queries. So the mezzanine query was made with the landlord to action and respond. We're following up weekly. So extractor fans in the toilets, we're just awaiting a quote response for that. Change rooms was advised. So there is some works, I don't know if you want to touch on this a bit more, you probably know more, but it sounds like the change rooms, we're just waiting for some works to be completed at Angle Park in the next 2 weeks, and then they'll be heading out to us to basically rebuild our change room areas, give us more change rooms, actually some decent sized change rooms with some lockers, more toilets, so yeah, whole new facilities, so watch that space. And the lights out the back, so we're in, so we're just waiting for final approval for some material usage to install some poles out the back, sort of facing back this way with some security lights to try and, you know, hinder the break-ins that we've had down the back there. Alright, so that's pretty much that. Just the last thing is PPE, so workplace inspections are due this month, so please ensure that they are all completed before they expire. Is everyone getting everything still coming up on their workplace inspections through the app? Yeah? Yeah. And last of all, just, we missed these at the start, go through them now. We've just got some birthdays, so we've got Mick Glenn, 12th of the 5th, Des Elliott, 13th of the 5th, Nick Barrett is 14th of the 5th, and Leanne will be 20th of the 5th. So wish all those guys happy birthday. And we've got an anniversary here as well. We've got Adam Harrell is his 1 year anniversary. Just as well, Leanne will just update us on flu vaccinations.
So flu vaccinations are booked in for Tuesday next week. I sent an email to the DL list with the instructions on how to go in and book in. You need to book in. I don't know why, because you're going to be here, but you need to book in. You need to have your Medicare card. I've tried to detail it for you to make it easy. If you don't have a password, it's fairly quick to reset and send it through. So they'll do 6 people every 15 minutes. So there's 4 time slots from 7 o'clock. So if you want to book in, book in.
Yeah. And also as well, just mention, so we've got a new sort of face in the depot that you've probably seen this morning. So this is Gareth. Gareth is going to be taking care of Cam's role while Cam's on leave. So yeah, if you sort of make it feel welcome, say g'day, let yourself introduce yourself. But yeah, basically it's the Cam of the depot for the next 6 weeks, I think. So yeah, so yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
I'll just quickly, I'm an electrician, so I've got a bit to learn, so I will ask you questions. I'm just here to kind of do what Cam does, but also I want to learn about what you do and see how things work in your depot. So yeah, just help me learn about it. I've been 10 years of construction work, and I've been in site maintenance for another 10 on top of that, so that's my background. So I've got a good electrical knowledge. It's probably more about your processes and procedures that I won't know a lot about, which yeah, help me learn that. I appreciate it.
Cheers. Thanks, Gareth. Did anyone have anything they want to bring up? No, I don't be quiet, happy. Alright.
Lots of brim out the back too.
There's Bruce. Alright, have a good day guys, be safe and yeah, enjoy.